Hey folks, Tim Newman with Soft Light Studios bringing you another daily assignment. Today's assignment for September 10th, 2019. Our assignment today is titled Looking Down. Now, some of us naturally look down on scenery. I know that didn't sound right, but it's a height thing. No matter the case, alter your point of view by getting up higher than you normally do and grabbing some images from that perspective. You'll find some new lines, shapes, and points of view. All right, let's take a look at some sample images. This is what we've got in mind right here. This is a very simple image. We're looking down a staircase that's going down multiple floors in a building, and we are doing this as a little bit of a longer exposure image. We've got a camera on a tripod with a little bit longer shutter speed, and we are getting some movement in the folks that are working their way through this scene. I think you see a little bit of the nod of the rule of thirds here. You certainly see leading lines pulling you down through the frame, and I think you see a really carefully managed color set here. At least I do. Next sample image has us looking down, and really I could look down into that while I were holding it up and sipping it. But I think that's a pretty cool drink there. I love the point of view on this Manhattan that we have here, this Manhattan Martini. I think it's a really great look to it. But what I think is really great here is the way that the subject balance is working in the scene. We've got that asymmetrical balance of the drink versus the cigars in the background, and we have that really nice, tightly controlled color set that makes this scene look uniform from a color point of view. Let's take a look at some elements of design here that matter to us. Obviously, when we're looking down, we're thinking about lines and shapes. That's one of the reasons for looking down, right? The minute we change our perspective to that looking down perspective, we are really flattening out the scene and turning it into a two-dimensional capture, right? This is the ideal stuff to be shooting on the days when you're either in high overhead light where there's just no shadow, volume, or texture to be captured at all. All right, and point of view. Point of view should be looking down. This is like penetrating glimpses of the obvious, but it matters. All right, let's take a look at some more sample images here. Here is a looking down point of view. We're looking down from behind this lady. Obviously, she had some national security sensitive data on her phone, and we had to take that out of the picture, but there you go. This is the kind of point of view that we're talking about. Just a little bit different perspective on how we're seeing things. In this next picture here, this is definitely looking down. This is looking down on some skyscrapers in a large city, and you can really see the point of view and how the leading lines and everything are really augmented by this point of view. This is a really, really tough shot to get because from a security point of view, almost nobody wants to let you on the roof of their building anymore. But if you can get there, look for this kind of scene. It's very compelling. Last but not least, here's a drone shot for you. And I really love the way the lines work in this picture, all pulling you towards the center of the frame. We've got that little, this is a dirt road running through a national forest is what we're looking at here. We've got that road kind of intersecting through the scene. I really think that that works as a great point of asymmetrical balance. We have a really nice division vertically in the rule of thirds, and I think the color set here works really well. Let's take a look at our composition that we're concerned about here today. Rule of thirds, we saw that in almost all of the sample pictures, and of course our perspective is that perspective of trying to find a new way of looking down on a scene. And you'll notice a lot of the slides that we brought up here, we talked about balance in that scene, either subject balance or tonal balance, but kind of keep an eye on that. Let's take a look at our output specifications. If you are going to submit an image for a semi-monthly image critique, these are the guidelines that you want to follow. And they will tell you how you should be outputting the image so you can upload it to us. Down here is a sample file name for today's date and a little preview of our naming standard. If none of this makes any sense to you, please take a look at the Update 01 video, for which there is a link in the description down below. Also, down in that description, you will find a link for the upload URL, making it easier for you to submit images to us. And speaking of links, there's a really bright red link down there called the subscribe button. Try that one out. At any rate, get out there, or should we say, get up there and find some pictures looking. I feel like James Brown. Get up there and find some pictures where you're looking down. And while you're looking down, remember that learning equals skills. Practice equals mastery. We'll see you out there.